to the Land Rover where we're half in the shed, half out the shed. It's chucking it down with rain, and we've got a bit of a cyclone coming into southeast Queensland that's on again, off again. But what can we do? We can't spray paint, we can't do any fun stuff. So I'm going to tackle these. This has been on the to-do list for a while. This is the passenger side wheel, or the left wheel. What I'm finding is with these lockers, even when they're locked, you can turn the wheel. This one's engaged and you can turn the wheel. I'm in four-wheel drive, which says to me that they're not locking, and the same as the other side as well. But you turn one wheel, even when it's locked, both locked, and it's not having the effect on the other side. When I did the wheel bearing not long ago, I did see there was a bit of a crack in this metal around the outside, so perhaps that's stopping it from locking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to basics. I'm going to take these off, and I'm just going to put the fixed wheel hub on for now. There's some things on the internet, some say it's good, some say it's bad, some say it increases fuel economy, some say it increases wear, others say it doesn't. So I'm just going to put them back to basics. We're going to remove these and we'll see how it goes. I can get these, I can get replacement ones. They're about $500, so they're not cheap. There's probably better things I could spend $500 on the car at the moment than some replacements. There's lots of videos of how to install them, but there's nothing about how to remove them and go back to the way it used to be. So I'm going to do a video for this one. It's going to be a greasy, horrible job, but that's the way it goes, I guess, with cars. So on these ones, these are Selectros. I think they were a bit of an army type back in the day. There's appears to be 3 screws. So if we give these a bit of an undo, we'll see what's underneath. So I did the wheel bearings probably about 6 months ago, just whilst I had the whole chassis off and the tub and the engine was out and everything else. So the grease in there's still pretty blue, I assume, nice and clean, and not the usual black. And I remember looking at these thinking, there's something quite not right here. It's not doing what it should do. And yeah, since I've been test driving as well, if I'm in four-wheel drive, the back wheels will spin and the front wheels do nothing when I get onto some mud or wet grass. So yeah, I think there's something wrong with them. So I've undone these screws and it just comes straight off, nice and easy. Yeah, lots of clean blue grease inside there. Because I did it, I never did put the split pin on properly. So that's nice and easy. Your split pin will be very tight in there. This nut, there's a lucky guess, 27mm for the hub nut. I don't know what that is in the old money, but 27mm. I think the other issue I have is if I put the four-wheel drive in gear, this still turns, the axle still turns. I would have thought that would have been locked. Perhaps I have a diff issue, I don't know. But we'll take this off. I'll put it to the fixed hub, and we'll see what that does. So yeah, the hub nut, 27mm in the old money, and the outer ones are 15mm. Okay, so we're just taking the axle or the hub nut off now. It's just a standard Castle nut, not too big. When I worked on the VW Combi and restored that one, these were pretty big nuts and the torque on them was ridiculous. These are quite nice and loose. Question for the comments, I suppose, should this axle be this loose in here? Guess it sort of makes sense for steering. I don't know though. If you've got any thoughts, let me know. Under this axle nut or hub nut, there's this washer, and we'll keep that one safe. And in theory, this should just come straight off. There's the locking wheel nut thing that I don't think was locking. That's the crack. Perhaps that was stopping something locking. I don't know. But yeah. Then under here we have the axle. Then should that move? I don't know. Seems to be okay. There we go. Under here we've got these lovely felt washers. I think these are a cracking design. Whoever invented those. It's felt washers with a bit of rubber over the top. It makes a nice seal. Under here you obviously got another nut, and you've got a big washer, and then the bearings are all behind. So yeah, I replaced these not long ago when I did the wheel bearing. But should this move like this, I'm going to look around the internet and see if it does. If you've got any thoughts or comments, let me know, because yeah, it shouldn't as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, I'll put it on anyway. This isn't a final thing. No doubt we'll be taking these off another 127 times before it gets on the road. And the rain's coming in. We're getting a bit damp out here. We're up in the fog. The wind's picking up. Perhaps we will get the cyclone after all, the one that they said will be arriving for the last week. So we have a box here from Paddock Spares, fresh off the aircraft. Can get these in Australia. They are about $50 each, or what's that, about £25, £26 now. £7.50 on Paddock Spares. And then with the shipping, it's still cheaper than buying them in Australia, which I'd love to buy Aussie stuff, but obviously when it's a lot cheaper to buy overseas and get stuff delivered, it sort of kind of doesn't really make sense in a way. Under here, in here, I've got the gaskets as well. These never had a gasket on them. And I've got the fixed 10 spline. This is a series 2. I think later ones had a 23 or a 27 spline or something. Anyway, it's different for some various reasons. And in here, yeah, we've got the hub. Fresh out the factory, fresh off the plane. I'm probably, while I get the wheels done, I'm going to prime these up. I'll prime the bolts as well. The wheels are going to be the same colour as the roof. I think this hub I'm going to do black just to be different. There you go, it sort of fits, which is a good sign. We'll take it off, we'll put the washer on. Just going to give her a bit of a clean up. And it's really raining now, apologies for the audio. But what else do you do when there's a cyclone coming in but change your drive flanges and make them more permanent? I think that's a very good thing to do when you're preparing for a cyclone anyway. There we go, just giving that a bit of an encouragement with the hammer in the rain and the wind. And we'll put these on loosely. I'm not going to do them up too tight. Now, should that go in or should that sit on? I guess that sort of makes sense to sit on, just to give it a bit of extra oomph to hold her on. I don't know, I'll have a look. I'll check out the back actually. The back's the fixed axles. Yeah, I'm going to put that on for now like this. One thing I didn't do. Alright, okay. So these fuzzy felts, I put it in, again from Paddock Spares in the box. Fraction of what we can get them for here in Australia, which is, I think it's very unfortunate, but hey, that's commercialism for you. If we can ship things across the world for cheaper than we can buy them locally, even when they came probably from across the world, and you know, the world's crazy. Done my bit to increase some greenhouse gases, but then I suppose I'm driving an old car as well. I guess it would have been boring to do this on a sunny day. It's a lot more fun when there's a cyclone coming in. It makes it different. And what is quite promising, I'm in four-wheel drive, I'm in gear, and I can do the nut up. I couldn't do that before, the axle would spin round, so it does look perhaps it was the locking wheel nuts that weren't locking. Another split pin. I'm just going to stick it in here for now, just because no doubt I'm going to be taking it off 110 times. Just going to put it through loosely. Going to keep it like that for now, just whilst I work out if this has actually worked or not. But I'm very encouraged by the fact that I can no longer turn the wheel when I'm in four-wheel drive and I'm in gear. That actually seems to make sense. Perhaps it was something with this. Wasn't locking or broken or what, I don't know. But that will be confined to the history box for now. We've got a nice hubcap to put on here, or a dust cup, or whatever they're called, oil, grease, gunk cap. And there we go, there's a bit of a sneak peek of what colour they will be once, the hubs will be once I get the wheels done. Just going to give that a bit of a persuasion. There we go, that'll do for now. Alrighty, I'll work this one out. I think there's a washer that goes on these. I'll grease it up anyway, and we'll get that over here. So there we go. That is the wheel hubs. Very quick job. We're looking at about 20 minutes all up. The video won't be this long because I'll edit out all the boring bits where I swear. So yeah, replacing these locking or freewheeling hubs with a fixed wheel hub in the middle of a cyclone in less than 20 minutes. Alright, if you find these videos useful, click subscribe. We've got a few more coming, hopefully when the cyclone goes down or blows over and the weather gets better. I'm going to do the other side now before the rain really kicks in and the wind picks up. And then we're going to tuck the Landy to bed in the shed. There are a few big trees around the shed, which is probably not a good thing in a cyclone, but we'll take our chances with that one. It's that or leave her out from the driveway, get soaking wet. But anyway, there we go. If you find these useful, do click subscribe. Thanks for watching.